Hi everyone, it's Desiree and welcome. I'm so glad you've taken this little bit of time to craft with me. Today we are going to create an Easter card and we are tipping our hats off to the bunnies. The two die sets that I'll be using are by Scrappy Tails Crafts, and the one here is called the Easter Bunny add-on, and then the other one that I have here is the Lamb add-on. So I'll be using the sentiment from that one. These are the add-ons to the round pumpkin pop-up die that Sabrina has. But one of the things that I absolutely fell in love with, not only that they are additions to the pop-up, but this top hat. And I thought it was absolutely adorable. So, hats off to the bunnies. Let's start our card by creating our background. So I've grabbed a few of my distress oxides, festive berries, saltwater taffy, scattered straw, cracked pistachio, salvaged patina, and wilted violet. So kind of a different type of rainbow, very pastel. And we are just splattering. We're just putting some ink down onto a silicone mat. We are adding a little bit of water to it, picking it up with our brush, and just going to town. I am not waiting for each layer to dry in between. If some of them go together, that's okay. But I'm also not going to be moving this. So again, it's just going to be, want the background to look like a speckled egg, if that makes sense. The paper that I used is a Bristol vellum, because that paper, whether you want to use a mixed media or watercolor or Bristol paper, because even though we're splattering, there is water going onto that paper. And they are designed to take water. Use some double-sided tape to adhere that panel to the back. And now we're going to work on all of our die cuts and get them layered. So from the Lamb add-on, I'm using the sentiment. I love this arch. So I die cut the background twice just to give it a little bit more weight to it and stability using heavyweight cardstock. And then I chose a color from my scraps to have the sentiment. With this die, you also get the flowers, a small die, so that you can layer your colors and do some paper piecing. And we are going to do that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of color, yellow and pink, to that sentiment. Later on, we will be embellishing that with some gemstones or pearls. So just setting those in place. Now this die too also cuts out the center of these really tiny flowers. There was no way I wasn't going to lose those centers. So you could die cut it again and get a different color for your center if you don't have, you know, sequins or pearls or gems. Yeah, I would lose them. Absolutely. Yep. So now we're going to work on our Easter hats. So with the Easter Bunny add-on, you get this floral sprig that comes across. So from the base, I die cut that from a green, and then the extra pieces that you can do your paper piecing with, I just chose a darker green and chose some bright pastel colors for the flowers, and I am just layering them onto this piece. I am definitely, you know, as creators, and all of the different techniques that are out there, we usually land on just one. For me, I have a couple of them. So I guess one could be considered a style, and one can be considered my favorite technique. I love die cutting. I'm definitely a die cutter. I love the way that it can build and create dimension when it comes to a scene. Style, definitely vintage. I like how texture the vintage style can be. Now I don't have any, vintage here. I just thought this was cute. So here we've got the top hats. I did die cut them multiple times, again, to give them strength from a heavyweight. And now I'm placing the ears. And what I'm noticing is for this one here, I'm going to remove that and I'm going to cut into the side of that top hat and put that towards the front. We are making a slimline and it measures 4 by 9. Again, more real estate the better for me. And I know these are going to fill up across this whole front of the card panel. So just to make sure, I'm going to move the top ear up just a little bit towards the inside of the hat. For the one in the center, we are going to have the 2 ears just coming from the back. And then on the one to the left, we have the floppy ear on the opposite side. We're going to also set down the sprigs when it comes to that. Now for the 2 on the outside, I didn't die cut the sprig. What I did was just die cut the extra pieces and created my own sprig type bouquet when it comes to the hat. So again, you can do that. While these are designed for paper piece layering die cuts, you can mix and match and just use the portions that you want to create your embellishment, your scene when it comes to these pieces. And that's what I love, the versatility of die cutting. There's a lot there. You can really get yourself outside of that box to create the image that you're looking for. I did the same thing with the hat on the left, cut into the hat so that I could shift over that ear. And now we're going to create the top hat bouquet on this one as well. Once all those pieces are in, we're going to pull in our card base with our background, and we are going to start setting our top hats in place. Because of all of the dimension that we have from the layering of these pieces, I'm not going to use any double-sided foam squares. We're just going to take these pieces and get them right down onto the card base. The pearls and the gems that I'll be adding will also add even more dimension as well. So I think we are good when it comes to that. The centerpiece is going to crown over the center top hat. Now you could certainly put this lower if you wanted to onto the top hat, but I thought it looked perfect up there. I love the background. I think it accents all of the top hats, and of course the black just makes everything pop. Makes your colors brighter for all of this. And here I'm just adding in those pearls to the center of those flowers. Both of these embellishment kits are available through Scrappy Tails. And I love the fact that while they're a color theme, there's different sizes. There's small, there's large ones, and then there's a couple sizes in between. So you can really do a great mix and match. So here is our finished card. I think it is absolutely adorable. It's just cute. It's a cute take to the bunny hats. As always, the products that I used will be listed down below if you wanted to check them out and see all the other products that are available from Scrappy Tails. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below as well, and I will make sure I get back to you as soon as I can. Enjoy the process, guys. Just have fun with it. Create your version of what you see. Get yourself out of the boxes. Look at your dies a little bit differently and see what else you can create with them, what different type of scenes you can create instead of just the ones that they were basically designed for. We have the power to change what we do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Love to have you here, but most of all, remember, and what is most important, always Be creative in everything that you do every day. Till then.